Hi, it's Amy. It's Friday, and we are talking about Andy Crouch tonight and his article on celebrity and power within the church. I found it, particularly the beginning of the article, really interesting in his discussion of institutions of the past and how one of the dark sides of power within these institutions was distance, and how now institutions are crumbling, but you still have the power, only now the power is connected with celebrity. So it's people who are in the public eye constantly through social media. And so there's a false sense of intimacy, a false sense of connection, and there's a danger in that. And he goes on to talk about that and ways that we can, as preachers, protect ourselves from getting ensnared by celebrity, and ways to protect those around us from getting hurt. I don't have a lot of experience with celebrity preachers, but I do have significant experience working for Christian leaders of parachurch ministries. And several of them in the past 20 years have been, people who are notable, people who are on the radio every day and have a huge following, people who are on the stage at women's conferences and who've written books, and they have, been on Twitter and Facebook, and because of all of this, people do feel like they know them. But I feel like the greater danger there, and we've seen this past couple of weeks with big church out in Illinois, but is the whole accountability issue. There's something about power, and Crouch touched on this a little bit, but it's the whole accountability issue. One of the people that I worked for in particular, it's like he couldn't see it, but he really wanted to do anything he could in his power to hold on to it. And so he kind of stomped on the accountability of his board. And if people opposed him too much, then they kind of got thrown off the board. And I worked in an area where my job was to kind of spin when he would act improperly, to kind of spin what came out. And it wasn't sexual, but it was more like humility and anger and that kind of thing. And so I developed a lot of discernment. It made me pretty disillusioned and kind of angry too. And it's one of the reasons why I left the ministry and then went to work in urban ministry with street prostitutes, because I felt like I needed to have something real again that wasn't celebrity. And I worked with a guy who was in the trenches with these men, and it kind of restored my faith in some way. So in that sense, I did get hurt by celebrity. I knew this person very well. I traveled with him, and have wonderful things to say about him, but it really did. I did see the dark side of celebrity. I think in my own preaching, I'm heading into an area with, people at the end of life, elderly people. You don't get big crowds of folks following you in terms of celebrity. It's not a real popular crowd. But what I do see that's important is that each of us has our own little pond and our own little power. And so it's dangerous for all of us in that sense. And we all need to have, as Crouch talks about, those systems in place to protect ourselves, our integrity, and protect the people who are around us from getting hurt. Because like my boss, we all can kind of stomp out that accountability when they have hard things to say or they get too close to us. we're too transparent on the hard things. So anyway, that's it. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye.